Welcome back, friends. We are here with our special guest, Mark, who's going to tell us about himself and what he does and what his nerdy stuff is. So there's your super guest,
Why,
Kate.
thank you very much.
Yes.
Glad to be here.
Yes, of course, of course. So let's start out with an easy one. What do you teach at Metro?
I teach mathematics,
Cool.
mostly to folks who want to be teachers. So I help them learn mathematics, and then I help folks who want to be secondary, high school, or middle school math teachers to teach math for understanding, not just how to do rules.
Awesome.
That sounds pretty neat.
Yeah.
So this is a nerd TV show, so can you tell us what your nerd cred is?
Well, my nerd cred is I love to do mathematics at home on the backs of envelopes, whatever's lying around. And with my kids, I have them do fractions before they can eat cookies as they're breaking them up and fair sharing with each other. They have to calculate how much cookie they can eat.
That's pretty cool. Were you drawn to math as a kid, or were you a kid who found math daunting?
So, you know, I'm really good at calculating numbers in my head, and I was able to do it quickly. And that's one of those myths that you could only be good at math if you can do things fast. So I was drawn to doing well in math because of that. But I learned later on that there's a lot more to math than just calculating quickly in your head.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you believe that there's no such thing as a person who's not a math person. So how do you get adults who would categorize themselves as not a math person to change those views?
Yeah, I think one of the things that has to be done is to help people understand there is no math gene. It's not a genetic thing. And in our country, unfortunately, we have that belief. So it's helping adults understand that they can be good at math even if you've never liked it before.
Cool. Awesome. Can you give us some examples of how we would use math in our everyday lives?
Oh, sure. One of the major things is, have you ever done any internet shopping?
Oh, yes.
Pay with a credit card?
Yep.
The whole security system on the internet is set up through the use of prime numbers. If you remember prime numbers. Numbers that only have two factors. And so we make these really big numbers, and if you can't break them into prime numbers, then the security system works. And then I would say something like this I received as a box of treats, came at holiday time. If you notice, it's hexagonal, sort of looks like a beehive.
Yes.
And so thinking about why bees would use a hexagon to make a beehive and why this company would use a hexagon is because it takes up the least amount of area, least amount of perimeter, but it maximizes the area. And so bees have figured that out over time, that the hexagon's the best shape to make, and this company did as well.
That's pretty cool. Even bees like math.
Yeah, bees and companies. It's just perfect. So you teach math teachers. So could you tell us a little bit about whether math teaching has changed over time and how and why that happens?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we live in such a different age now than we did 50 years ago. There's so much more technology. We have computers that are incredible, no one ever possibly could have thought of. And, you know, we have to help kids learn how to think and reason and work together and problem solve and make sense of stuff. Those are the folks that we need for the future. And whereas, same as being a doctor, you wouldn't want a doctor who only did what they learned 30 years ago. Same with teachers. We've learned so much about the brain and how the brain works that we revise what we do and we learn new strategies to help folks learn better.
That is pretty cool. Well, it seems like you obviously know a lot about math, so you must have at least one funny story. What is your funniest story from teaching math?
Oh, my goodness. I remember I was teaching middle school in New York City, and we were playing a game, students against myself at the board. It was very intense. And then the students won, and they let out this loud cheer. The principal comes running down the hallway because he thinks that there's something gone wrong in the room. And he comes in, and everyone's saying, no, we're okay, we're okay. It was just a game, and we won. And so that was very humorous that there could be noise in the classroom, and it was a good thing.
Yes, that's awesome.
So you have an article and you give some tips to parents about how they can help their kids with math homework. So how important are the parents' roles in getting kids excited about
Yeah,
math?
parents are so crucial. Again, unfortunately, there were so many adults who were turned off from math in school, and they tell their kids, it's okay, you don't have to be good at math, because I wasn't. And so we need to help change that. And so I advise parents to just, do counting activities with kids, play games, roll dice, play with cards, cooking, ratios, going to the store when you're shopping. So it's just to get kids to see that math is part of their lives, and that they need it, and they can be good at it.
Yeah, awesome. So we heard that you brought along some handheld calculating devices. So do you want to join us after our commercial break to take the demo stage?
Absolutely.
All right,
Awesome.
let's get on that.
Commercial break.